All right, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. So today's Monday, and I thought it was really important because over the weekend, I've just been thinking about what are some of the biggest things that held me back, right? What were some of the biggest things that held me back in life from making more progress? And really, the reality is there's so many things that were holding me back from making progress. But today I want to specifically talk about those things that are bad habits, that are addictions that so many of us are facing in the modern world. So there is about maybe 3 or 4 major ones that I'm going to talk about today. I'm not going to talk about every single bad habit that you might be doing or every addiction you may have. Okay, it's going to be way too long of a video, and I don't have much time right now because I'm trying to stick to my schedule and I got to make this video. So the first thing is you have to understand that these bad habits that you have in your life right now, what is happening is these bad habits are sucking up your time and your attention. Okay, it's sucking up your time and your attention, and it's sucking up your brain's ability to focus on the goals that you want to achieve. Now, here's the question, and that's a good question to actually pose to you is, do you even have goals right now? Do you have clear, definite goals for different areas of your life that you're working on right now? Because if you don't, that's a huge problem within your life, and that's going to be a huge problem as to you not having a sense of purpose or not knowing what your direction is going to be. So if you have that already set up and you already have the goals and everything, then that's great, that's good. But in order to reach them faster, in order to actually see success, especially as a young guy these days, is we face so many challenges when it comes to social media, okay? That's gonna be the first thing I wanna talk about is social media. Social media, unless you are a content creator, unless you're doing what I'm doing, you're making YouTube videos, okay? Unless you're posting on Instagram and TikTok and you're making money, you have some sort of business venture that you're making money from, there is no reason that you need to be on social media for hours and hours every single day. Literally no reason. There's no reason you need to have those apps on your phone. If you want to become successful, you're actually serious about this. And I mean success in multiple areas of life. I'm not just talking about money here. I'm talking about your mental health. I'm talking about your fitness. I'm talking about with women. I'm talking about with finances. If you want to become successful, you want to become a guy who is disciplined, who is on his purpose, there's no reason that you need to be spending multiple hours every day on social media just screwing off and just watching entertainment content. It's a complete waste of time. And the biggest thing that you have to realize about this is an addiction, okay? Addiction doesn't just mean, oh, I'm addicted to alcohol or, oh, I'm just addicted to weed. It doesn't have to be an actual substance for you to be addicted. You can be addicted to any certain behavior. And the key is, the biggest thing that you can do is make your addiction isn't a bad thing, by the way, right? Addiction isn't a bad thing. But it is bad when it's focused on self-destructive behaviors. So the biggest thing you can do is take that addiction. If you can take your addictive tendencies that you have and you can focus that onto a goal that you want to achieve, that is going to literally propel you so fast in the direction that you want to be in. So right now you're in the situation where you've got all these bad habits, right? And what they're doing is essentially they are blocking you and stealing all your energy, stealing all your attention from the goals that you want to achieve. And if you don't cut them out, you are not going to get to the goals you want to get to because you're just simply spending too much time doing these other things. Your brain is spending too much time thinking about those things. So social media is not something that you should just be wasting and just going through your day, just whenever you want, getting on social media. Number one, if you're not a content creator, bro, delete the app off your phone right now. Delete all the social media apps off your phone. You do not need social media apps on your phone unless you are a content creator, and barely even then. And I know your brain's gonna come up with a whole bunch of excuses. Oh, but bro, I need it, I need to be able to talk to my friends. I need to be able to post images on Instagram so I can get validation from my friends. Look, bro, the reality is anybody who's an actual friend of yours, you can get their phone number. And your phone number, you can communicate and you can call people. But what's happening right now is you've got Instagram, you've got TikTok, you've got all these things. And guess what it's doing? It's holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve because every micro moment that you have, you're like getting on it, you're checking it, looking at what other people are doing, comparing yourself to other people, literally ruining your mental health, bro. Not only is it taking away the time that you have, you're ruining your mental health by comparing yourself to other people constantly. That's not how you win, bro. You don't win by constantly looking at the competition. You win by putting your head down and going hard at whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So when it comes to social media, if you're not a content creator, delete the apps off your phone. You don't need it. Get the numbers of the people who are important that you want to communicate with. Talk to them on the phone, text them, or spend time with them in real life. A lot of the people you have on social media are fake friends. I'm just being real with you. I'm going to keep it 100. They're fake friends. They're not actually there for you, bro. They're just on the app, and they just happen to come across you. How many of the people on your friends list right now do you spend a significant amount of time with in person every single day? Every single day. I can guarantee you it's not more than like probably 4 or 5 people. So delete the apps. They're just making money off of you. They're just stealing your attention away from your goals and how you could be successful. Delete the apps. You don't need them. From that point, if you're going to consume content, choose a specific time of day that you're going to consume the content on social media. Because I don't believe in completely deleting or quitting social media, aka watching content, because there's so much valuable information that you can learn from people that you would never ever get access to. So much of my life has changed by actually watching certain people and getting information from them and then applying it in my own life. So don't quit social media completely. Just get it under control. You need to have a time frame in the day that you actually allow yourself to watch social media. And for me, I don't really spend time watching like short form entertaining content like that. I usually like to watch, more videos like this, like longer form educational videos or podcasts related to achieving your goals, because that will hyper speed up your progress. So it's not that you can't watch any entertainment. Like, you can obviously watch some entertainment if you want to. It's just don't make your entire time block for consuming content entertainment. Make some of it educational so that you start learning about how to, get towards your goals in a faster way. So filter out the people who aren't really giving you the value. That doesn't mean you have to obviously watch my channel. You can watch any channel, but just make sure that channel is providing you with value and is actually providing you with information that will move you in the direction that you want to go. And then just supplement that with a little bit of entertainment content. Other than that, delete the apps. Don't be just having it on your phone, because you'll be standing in the grocery store waiting in line and you'll like open it up or you start scrolling, or you'll be just sitting at home and you'll be bored and you'll be like, oh, what do I do? And you'll just start scrolling. Like, this happens to us all the time. So you gotta stop, because that's literally all these micro moments that add up throughout the day. You might be like, oh yeah, I'm only using it for 5 seconds. I'm only using it for 10 seconds. Yeah, but that adds up. That adds up to being, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes throughout the day. And then you've just lost hours. For what? And what did you get in return? Nothing. You just paid a ton of other people. That's what you did. You paid them with your attention. So why not pay that attention to yourself and achieve your goals that you want to achieve, so you can live a better life, so you're not living in this shit existence? You know what I mean? Like, if you have a job you don't like right now, if you don't have the amount of money you want to have right now, or the relationship or the body, there's no reason for you to spending all this time doing all these bad habits, okay? So that's the first one. The second big one, I would say, that was a little dry today. So the second big one that you want to watch out for is video games, okay? Yeah, I'm coming for video games, bro. I was going to bring that up. Video games are extremely dangerous. And I say that because they've literally been designed by people who understand your psychology. They understand how to keep you hooked. They know how to keep you hooked on the game so that you just keep playing it. I have spent I've probably spent 10,000 hours playing video games, at least. That is mastery in any area. I could have applied that and gotten mastery in something. Now, I don't completely regret it, because there was a lot of things I learned, there's a lot of different people I interacted with and things, but there comes a point in your life where you have to grow up and you have to cut these things out if you want to make significant progress. Now, this is not, again, when you hear this, it's going to offend you, right? Because these are the things that you do. These are the things you might even enjoy right now. But you have to understand that I'm telling you this from being at a point where I used to be where you're at now, where I used to be addicted to these things. And the reason why they're bad habits is because they're not inherently bad things. But what they do is they steal your time and energy and attention and all of your motivation from working on your own life. So instead of you going and working on, going to the gym or working out at home, and trying to build a better physique, instead of you feeling motivated to do that, instead of you feeling motivated to go out and meet people in real life and go out and meet women in real life, instead of you being motivated to work on that business you say you want to work on because you don't like the job you're in, you're not going to do it. You're just going to spend time playing these things because it's a way for you to get that nice high and get that reward feeling and that nice relaxed feeling so that you don't have to go and feel all your problems and things like that. So this is why I'm telling you this, is it's not because these things are inherently evil or anything like that. It's because it steals and saps your attention away. And this is not for people who just want to sit and live an average lifestyle where you're working a job you don't like and you just cope with all these mechanisms, right? Like if that's the life you want to live, then you don't need to watch this video anymore. Get off this video. Because this is only for guys who actually want to take it to the next level, only for guys who actually want to really strive to reach their potential. And you cannot tell me that you can strive and reach your potential while you are spending a quarter of your day, half of your day on screens, watching Netflix, playing video games, scrolling on social media. The more you consume, the less powerful you become, right? And the more you create, the more powerful you become. That was something I heard from James Clear, who's a guy who wrote a really good book called Atomic Habits. So you need to strive to be a creator, a producer, as opposed to constantly consuming. So beware of that. Beware of social media. Beware of video games. Video games are literally designed by people who understand human psychology and know how to set goals, right? It's like when you're in the game, there's this, say for me, like for one of the games I used to play called Guild Wars 2, okay? It's like an MMORPG, so it's just one of those massive multiplayer online games like WoW or Dota or whatever. Actually, no, not Dota, that's like a MOBA, but you know what I mean, an MMORPG. So basically, in that game, I wanted this legendary weapon, okay? So there's this legendary weapon that you could craft and create. I really wanted that weapon so much, bro. For some reason, like it just, they instilled this desire within me that I really wanted this weapon. I woke up early every day to grind on that game and get all the ingredients, all the side quests, discovering the whole map and everything to go and get that weapon. Does that sound like normal behavior to you? Because it doesn't to me. That sounds like the behavior of an addict. And so you have to realize these things are addictions, and they get you addicted by using human psychology. They set these grand prizes that you can get, these great rewards or these skins that make you appear as though you have higher status than everyone else. And that's how they hook you, right? Because if I had the legendary weapon, well, guess what? Everyone around me would be giving me that validation. So I would be feeling special, right? I would be feeling, oh man, I'm so good, bro. And that feeds into our desire, because back in ancient times, you wanted to be having high status within the tribe because you were respected. So what they did was they flipped that around and put it into video games to give you all of these status symbols to work towards. And so, like in my story, I found myself waking up early before work to literally go onto a game, bro, and grind and spend my hours of my life working for something that didn't even give me a tangible reward. And yeah, eventually I did get it. I got it because I put in the work, but it took hours and hours. It took literally months for me to get that weapon. And then as soon as I got it, I was just like, bro, I just spent all that time to get this weapon. Like, I'm kind of done now. Like, I kind of got bored of the game, but like, I'm just telling you this because like they found a way to hack your psychology in your brain to compete in these games so that you have a sense of high status, so that you have a sense of being somebody, so that you have a sense of other people admiring you because your skill level or because of the items that you have. And the biggest problem with this is because you're getting this reward and you're spending your motivation in a virtual reality, bro. It's not real. You're not getting anything from this. You're not getting anything from this. So you have to think about that. Now you might come up with some excuse and be like, oh, well, I could be like a pro. I could go pro. I'm good enough to go pro. Bro, let's be honest with ourselves here. Come on. If you were good enough to go pro, or if you really had that true desire within you, you would have already done it. You would already know, bro. You would already know. That's not you, though. If you're the guy who's only playing 3-4 hours a day after work or before work or anytime, you get a day off and you're just playing a couple hours here and you just kind of enjoy it. That's not what your calling is. Your calling is for something greater. Your purpose is something greater than that. Okay? So I just want you to be aware of this, because this is one of the biggest time stealers, I guess I could say, for men these days. And I've wasted so much of my time in motivation and energy and brain points and potential on these games, only to walk away with literally nothing. What real life benefit are you getting from playing games? Oh, well, yeah, there's a social element. There's a social element of I get to meet other people and talk with other people, because I don't have friends in real life. Yeah, that was where I was too. But guess what? It doesn't change anything. At the end of the day, as soon as you get off the game and you have to go back into real life, you still don't really have any brothers. You still don't really have any friends. So you're not really gaining anything by doing this. There's nothing tangible that you get from playing video games. And obviously, if you're a pro gamer, you're probably not even watching this video. So if this message does not apply to you. It's always so funny. There's always the excuses that the brain comes up with to try to get out of whatever people say about this kind of stuff. It's like, well, what about that one guy who's going pro? Bro, the exception to the rule proves the rule. There's the one guy who went freaking pro. Okay, yeah, well, there are other 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million young men are wasting their time on social media and video games. Okay, yeah. Stop. Your brain is trying to come up with excuses. Literally, as I tell you this, it's trying to come up with excuses to get you to keep playing. But you can't listen to it, because you can't trust it. You can't trust it because it's just been hacked. It's been hacked by these people who know how to basically hack brains. That's what they do. They hack brains. They're brain hackers. If you can become a brain hacker with a video game, you can literally hook people into paying you millions and millions of dollars. So it's very profitable for them to do this. And the only one losing is you. You're the only one losing. You're by all your time and attention going into this, everyone else is winning and you're losing. So social media, video games. The last one I want to talk about before I end this video is going to be pornography, okay? Now, this is a big one because it affects basically all men, whether they admit it or not, at some point in their lives in the modern world. It's very rare that any guy could grow up and not experience some level of addiction or exposure to pornography, because it's literally everywhere and it's getting worse day by day. You have to literally watch out, because on YouTube, Instagram, it's everywhere. It gets put in your face, especially as a younger guy. They know that you're addicted to these algorithms. They know as soon as they show some ass, they show some tits in your face on Instagram, you're gonna click on it. They know how this works, bro. They're not stupid. They know exactly how this works. So you have to watch out, because even on these platforms, even if you're not looking for porn will literally find you. They'll show an image or a video of some girl doing something, or some girl will just be doing some sort of exercise or walking or whatever, and then that triggers you into some sort of relapse, and then you go and watch porn. So porn is the great killer in a way, because essentially what it does is, it's dry in here, bro. It's really dry in here. I gotta keep the lubrication going here. We're going on 20 minutes. So the biggest thing about porn, okay, is that sexuality and your sexual drive is not a bad thing, okay? It's not bad. Whatever people might tell you, or like whatever, if you grew up and it was like kind of a shunned upon thing for you to explore or talk about or whatever, it's not that sexuality is bad, okay? It's just that it's a great force. It's one of the greatest forces within you. And if you allow that to be diverted and sucked in and pulled away in all these different directions, bro, you're never gonna succeed, okay? You're never gonna succeed, because your sexual energy and your drive is kind of like the foundation of your energy, your motivation, your drive as a man, your masculine sort of drive. And so if you put all of that into something that isn't real, right? Like you're watching porn, like you're jacking off to porn, whatever it may be. The problem with that is all your energy is being expended and wasted on something that doesn't bear any fruit for you. And so instead of doing that, what you could simply do is take all that sexual energy that you have and all that masculine drive and funnel it towards your goals and funnel it towards your purpose and the mission that you want to achieve. Because if you do that, you can't lose, right? You know, if your brain can get the same sort of feeling and reaction as if you were having real sex in real life with a woman, why would you really have that strong of a desire to go out there in this crazy dating market and try to find a woman? Right? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. And so, but that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay? A lot of guys may say, "Oh, it's fine, bro. Just watch porn." Yeah, just porn can be a substitute for a real relationship. And no, it can't, bro. It can't. It can't, because I can tell you, because I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides, and I can tell you by far, nothing can actually compare to being in a real relationship, bro. Nothing. I don't care what all these people tell you. "Oh yeah, well, you can't date women these days, bro. You know, they're all too crazy and like it's too much of a headache." Yeah, bro, it is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. But do you really want to take the easy road? Because every time that you do it, every time you're watching porn, you don't feel good about it. Most guys don't feel good about that. And there's a reason why. It's because you know you're wasting your energy. You know you're wasting your time. So if you can focus on these three things, if you can focus on shifting your attention away from these three things and moving them towards the goals that you want to achieve, you have massive success, because you will be taking all that time, all that energy, all that motivation that video games are stealing from you, that social media is stealing from you, that porn is stealing from you. You will take all of that, which is a massive amount of energy, bro. I'm telling you right now, it is a massive amount of energy, and you will start to funnel that into your goals. And you will start to see some amazing success. So I know this has been a long video, and I know that your brain has probably come up with a million excuses as to why not to listen to me. But could it really hurt for you to try this? Could it really hurt? Because you're not in a good position right now. If you clicked on this video, you have bad habits, you have addictions that you need to get away from, right? That you need to basically destroy. And you need to funnel that energy into more effective and more productive things like your goals. And so could it really hurt for you to try? And the answer is yes, it will hurt. It'll hurt a little bit at first because you're gonna go through withdrawal and all these kind of things, but eventually you'll get to that point where life is 10 times better than it was beforehand, even though you're not doing these things. Why? Because you'll get that same addiction, that same feeling from working on your goals instead. And instead of leveling up in a video game, you'll start leveling up in real life. So you'll actually be able to travel and make more money and actually be around real women, right? And real friends, and actually have good health and a good physique that you can be proud of, right? You'll have a life that you can actually be proud of instead of being in the life where you are now, which is, you know, basically just instant gratification, you know, bad habits, doing the bare minimum of what you need to do, and you're not really chasing your potential. So that's basically it, bro. Do your best to make the hard work easy by cutting out all the bad habits in your life right now, because if you can cut out all the bad habits in your life, the work that you need to do for your goals becomes easy. All right, so I hope this video finds you well, bro, and I will see you in the next one.